Over the last week, I tore down a Caterpillar diesel engine, and that was a very heavy engine with not a lot of damage. So I went to go to the opposite side of the spectrum, and I picked a really light engine with a lot of damage. A Subaru EJ253. We've had them on the channel before, and I feel like blown engines is part of what makes a Subaru. And I'm not saying that all Subaru engines are junk and that you should never buy them. I think they're perfectly reasonable vehicles to own, and they can be very reliable. They just seem to be significantly less tolerant of abuse and neglect. That's the best way I can put it. They only hold 4.5 quarts of oil. They do burn oil, and nobody checks their oil. This one, I don't know where the hole is in it, but I can tell you that it has blown itself apart. So we should see some damage on it, and I should be able to actually pick up every single part of this engine. In fact, I'm pretty sure I can pick up this entire engine, unlike last week. Subaru's EJ253 is a 2.5-liter single overhead cam engine. It makes about 160 horsepower. They range depending on what they come in. But they literally put this engine in just about everything they made. They were in the Outback, the Legacy, the Forester, and the Impreza. It's a naturally aspirated engine, and you always hear the same issues with these engines. Blown head gaskets or weeping head gaskets or rod knock. I think this engine might have taken one of those to the extreme. This particular engine came out of a 6 to 8 Subaru Forester, and it is compliments of P&P Auto Specialties in Mertztown, Pennsylvania. My buddy Pete runs that place. So if you need Subaru parts, don't hit me up. I'll just refer you to Pete. If you'd like to check out his website, I'll have a link in the video description. So you can all thank Pete for today's teardown. I know this engine has no spark plugs in it because most of the cores I get from Pete don't have spark plugs in it, but I do want to know if it turns over. Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine. I don't know what the deal is. I seem to have hit a stopping point. Just power through it. That was a bad sound. We're not going to go any further. Let's go backwards. You're not supposed to do that either. Yeah, we're just powering through stuff. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with this. Oh, there's that spot again. Okay, let's start taking it apart. I've known Pete for several years, and I can tell you without a doubt, he is not a camouflage duct tape kind of guy. So I think this was the handiwork of the previous owner. It was a great oil cap, or not. Is there oil in it? It's dry. Now we're going to start on the rolling accessories, the power steering pump, alternator, and the AC compressor. Belt's perfect. One power steering pump. An alternator, and oh, I think I see what happened here. Well, it appears that one of the bolts that bolts the two block halves together is not in the right location, and there's several chunks of aluminum hanging out under the intake. It looks like something is protruding. Let's keep going and see what more we can see. Ooh, that's tight. Too tight. What is happening? Yeah, those are tight. Ooh, that one's extra. I'm sure this one's just going to be tight, just for the sake of it. Oh. Red Loctite. That's why. I'm missing one. Oh, I see it. Oh, I got to get the
lines off the AC compressor.
See if we're lucky enough, this will take it out. Haha, nope. Sure, this won't be that bad. Why? It's so tight. Oh, that didn't look right. We're just gonna ratchet there. Oh, it stays. Take off this perfectly good belt. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a inspection port somebody installed right there. Needed some extra crankcase ventilation. It's one way to do it. It's usually not this early in the video that we can inspect the end of a rod, but that's part of a connecting rod. It's block. Ooh, it's gold colored on the inside. There's lots of shrapnel up here. Block nuggets. Now we're going to start on the intake manifold. The very first thing we're going to do is try to get this EGR pipe loose. Well, that was easy. I'm sure there's more, right? Oh, those sneaky little... There's a 12 under the intake. How hard is this to take off of here? Oh, that's not hard. Come on, connector. It's one wire. 2 wires. That's why it's so hard. Some more loose. We're getting there. Oh, got more wires. Okay. I get it all? Let's find out. Yes! Well, there's a much better look at the destruction. Pretty good sized hole. They're usually not quite this big. That's what, nope, I'm not going to say that. Nope. It's pretty dirty in here. It's pretty normal. It's really hard to clean all this out when the engines are complete. But let's take a look down the intake ports. Well, there's something stuck down there near that valve. That one doesn't look too bad. It's better to look at what's down there. It looks like silver flakes, but that's not silver. And on the other side, there definitely are very many chunks of metal in there. I mean, the intake ports are constructed out of metal, but you're not supposed to find loose metal. And there's more stuff in there. Not nearly as bad. Now it's time to peel the timing cover off, and to do that, we need to get this harmonic balancer out of the way. Okay. Oh no, I'm going to break the broken timing cover. Oh no. Oh no. A couple of the bolts pretty rusty. Ah, they come right out. Oh, lots of timing cover parts. I'm tired of this upper radiator hose. We're just going to remove this water manifold. Much better. Well, it looks like this has been there for a little bit. I wonder the scenario in which this car existed. He didn't tell me if this car was wrecked or not. But the timing system, it's been replaced. It's got a Gates belt on it. I don't know how old it is. It doesn't look terrible. Next, we're going to get the cam gears off. It feels brand new. Yeah. Yeah, it's a newer tensioner. It's perfect. Belt looks nice. Yeah, this has definitely been replaced. Please. Now the water pump. Let's use some little pliers here. Well, that didn't work the way I intended. We're just going to finish it off. Yes, I know I ruined the rubber hose. Oh no. Ooh, it's still got Subaru blue coolant in it. Man, that thing is just like, it's like a brand new water pump.
You guys let me know, all right?
All right, sounds good.
What's that? Oh, Eric, I don't want this. Nobody buys used water pumps.
Next, we're going to start on the driver's side head, but first, the dipstick tube. That wasn't too bad. While we're here, we'll just get this coolant line out of the way. And finally, the valve cover. Oh, is that how it's going to be? I'm going to try to round off. Well, I'll show you. What's funny is I found my 3/8 socket and there's still a Subaru bolt stuck in there. That's the last time I used my 3/8 socket to hammer on a stripped out 10, and it was on a Subaru. And we're going to do it again. Oh no! Well, we have a couple options. I could try to get it hot and hammer another socket on it. I could try to find a 9mm, hammer that on. I don't know. Use a hammer and a chisel. Or maybe... It's fine. It's totally fine. It really didn't do much damage. It just pulled it right out right there. And I know some of you are like, you just totally ruined it. No, I didn't. The guy before me did, because... if you think this head's going to survive whatever happened on the side of the engine, no, absolutely not. Now it's time to crack the head bolts loose. We may dismantle one of these heads to see how the journals look, but you do not need to take the valve train or the cam out of these heads to remove the heads. Whoa there.
Whoa there.
We don't want this head going anywhere. It might fall. What's behind head number 1? Another head bolt. Get out of here. So there's a good news and a bad news. The good news is it still has pistons. The bad news, they're both not good. Head gasket's perfect, though. There's a piston part of a crown. Another part of a crown. Or is it a tiara? Well, the front cylinder definitely has marks from making contact with valves. That's in really, really bad shape. But not as bad as this one, because this one's missing the crown and it's cracked. And marks from hitting the valves. But we still need to do our test. Ooh, that one, I think it's bottomed out, but I don't think that one's connected. For sure, not connected. Here's what the cylinder head looks like. There's clear marks from impact. All the valves have marks from making contact with the piston. Some damage to the combustion chamber here. I bet you these valves are bent. At least a few of them. Now, onto the other head. Perfect. Just gonna tap it off. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Where'd that go? Oh, There it is. It fell down when I pulled the valve cover off. Well, that's not good. Why did that happen? I don't see anything else terribly wrong in here, but that's really terribly wrong. I think that's enough. There's that broken rocker arm. Just deleted it. All right, time to crack the other side head bolts loose. Should put the brakes on. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's much worse. It's a complete salad kit. Wow. The other side was so much better. Well, I don't even know which one is more impressive because it's different. Let's pull the head gasket off first. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, it's just going to fall off because the block is broken. And then one piston nugget. It's a good size. Hammer forged. That's part of a connecting rod that got hot. Another piston nugget. Whoa, whoa there. Whoa, that could have been bad. 30-second rule, though. What else is in here? Another part of a rod. It's like a grab bag. Can I get this out? No. It's got a handle on it, though. Wrist pin looks fine. And then you get to the other cylinder, and would you like a valve with that? Or two? And it looks like a piece of art. Here, well, no, I can't rotate that because parts will fall. But that is impressive. I'm sure it broke at idle. So we are missing a valve still. We accounted for these two, not so much for this one. And look at the condition of the combustion chambers. They're shot peened. It's self-shot peening. And like the size of the divots in this, it's super impressive. That's broke good. I know what you're all asking though. Will this cylinder pass the test? Well, let's find out. Maybe we might have a good connecting rod. Okay, let's use the term good loosely. Normally, I'd flip this engine over to pull the oil pan. It'd be a lot easier to see on camera, but due to the nature of this particular engine, I have a feeling that the oil pan is doubling as a gift basket, and I don't want parts going all over the place, so I'm going to pull it where it sits. Okay, I think I've got them all. I didn't try to drain this thing, so this may not pan out for me. Oh, she's coming. I did get all the bolts out, right? Oh, it's significantly heavier than normal. Gift basket was an appropriate name. Well, this has a lot in it. There's a lot to unpack here. There's another end of a rod, and the bearing's folded nice and neat. This piston, I think that's a bearing that could be the small end rod bushing. That's part of a piston. Piston. It's got this, I wouldn't call it oil, it's woil. There's a chunk of rod. You know, I really should just... There's so much in here. Oh, wow. Okay. I need to get the fluid out and then show you guys what's in here. So here's a better look at what's inside the pan. Pretty much every component of an engine is smashed up and inside the pan. I think this is one IKEA kit that you can't put together. Well, there's only one way to figure out what all of it is. And I really don't want to make a mess, but... There's still a lot of small engine gravel, very fine material in there. Let's see, what do we have? A ring, a wrist pin clip, 2 wrist pin clips. That looks like a section of rod. That's part of a piston. I'm looking for one thing in particular, and I don't see it. Is this still stuck? Oh, there it is. The missing valve. Let's get some brake clean on this and see what it looks like. It's still a bunch of engine gravel. It's just cleaner. There's a compression ring. Lots of little sections of rings. I don't think we're going to be able to fix this one. I mean, this must have been mulching for a while to get pieces this small and this much of it. That's impressive. Now, this is normally where someone would go, you know what, I can tell this is totally junk. There's nothing good that could come of taking this apart. But that's not what this channel is about. This channel is about taking it all the way apart. So let's get this off of the engine stand on one of the tables and just pull a whole bunch of bolts out. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get this apart because of the condition of it, but we are going to try. But first, let's turn this thing over and see what the bottom of this engine looks like. Oh, it's dropping engine parts. Rod cap, anyone? How much is blown up inside of this thing? Oh, it's dropping so much more. Oh, it's leaking oil.
Pan.
There we go, we're good. Wow. Okay, let's pull the pickup. All right, now we're going to pull the pickup and the blowage tray because that is no longer a windage tray. Well, the screen is clean. No chunks of anything in there, but you know, for the pickup to have any metal or pieces of engine in it, there would have to be oil in it first. Well, that took a few big blows. It's not too bad, though. Is that another rod in? Wait, how many have I pulled out of here? This is a 4-cylinder. Okay, I'm a little confused here, but now I'm not. You guys, it's all gone. There's nothing left. There's nothing left. I don't have to pull the wrist pins out of this engine. I can't believe it. This takes so much skill and effort. It is so much. The more you look, the worse. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I'm just going to show you. I'm telling you guys. It is devastation everywhere. Everywhere you look, it's destroyed. Every single place. I can't. This is really impressive. I may be no mathematician, as you guys were very quick to alert me last week, but there is 1, 2, 3, 4 big ends of rods here. There's nothing left to break. What? How do you break every single one? Is it one enough to stop? Or okay, maybe you want 2 done. 2. How do you, this is a grand slam. I don't even know the situation in which this happens. How can it run long enough to do all this damage? That's a good motor mount. Just making it a little bit lighter. I don't know exactly how this is going to come apart, but we're going to do everything we can to get this thing apart. I'm going to get a few more things off. We're going to get this bracket out of the way, and then while the engine is on the stand, I'm going to crack all of the block case bolts loose. Otherwise, I have to fight it on the table. I need to learn. I don't know if my 3/8 is up to the task of getting these bolts loose. There's only one way to find out. Ooh, that one didn't feel good. Let's rotate this over. It's just dropping all kinds of stuff. Who knows what that is? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can get this out. I might have to remove the broken part of the block. This can't be the demise. No, I refuse. Oh man, really? How am I gonna do that? If I can't get in there to get that bolt out, I can't get this block apart. That would be a travesty. Oh man. Well, I only know one way to try this. Safety glasses and gauge. I regret that. Actually, that might work. We might have just done it. Block anyone? Okay, I think we're almost there. You know what? That's out of the way enough, I think. Come on. No. No! I think that was it. That's a maybe right there. Oh, we are so close. I think I can hammer the socket on there. We're still not on all the way. We'll try it, but I have a feeling we may round it out. I don't want to do that because then it's not coming apart. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay. Back to Pound Town. Wait, that's not what I meant. You guys take things the wrong way. It's the liner that's in the way now. Oh, I can pry it. I can't say I've ever had to pry liner out of the way to get a block bolt out of anything. Okay. So now I see part of the block I need to remove. Wow, that is a giant piece of the bore. I'm going to set that there for safekeeping. And I see why we are running into issues. I don't know what that did for me. We're getting somewhere. I think we can do it now. Let's rotate this over. Let me retrieve my pieces here. Let's give it a little help. All this for one bolt. Moment of truth. Oh, there's still some junk around it. Let me get the screwdriver and kind of clean up a little bit. Well, I don't know how, but it It wasn't tight. Must have been from whatever this block went through. There's that bolt. We'll just leave that in there for the time being. Now we need to get all of the exterior bolts out. And we'll zip everything loose. We'll use the oil pump to keep it together. And I'll carry it onto the table and split it there. I need to remove the knock sensor. Knock sensor. I'm sure it was busy in its final moments. See if this will take some of these out. What just happened? Oh, it just broke the bolt. It's fine. All right, I think everything else is 12 point. Oh, there's one here. And then I think there's a 10 millimeter inside of the pan. Oh, that was just a bolt. Don't worry about that. Oh, I dropped another wrist pin circlip. There are so many engine parts on the ground under this thing. Yeah, we've got that 10 millimeter right there. All right, now we can get this off of the stand. Oh, that was nice. Now we're going to pull the oil pump. This should just slide off, but it doesn't. But it will. Stubborn. Very stubborn. Yeah! Alright, so apparently when you make noise, it doesn't do anything more. I think that did stuff, but I'm now tired. Oh, I had a little bit of corrosion on there. Okay. Well, that was significantly more difficult than I expected. And now we can zip all these 10s out of the oil pump. Oh, we're leaking. Did I miss a bolt at the top, or is it just a dowel? I think it's just a dowel. Oh, boy. Oh, no. I think I see what happened here. So I pulled the oil pump out. That's tight. That's tight. Loose. It's pretty hard to maintain oil pressure when, your oil pump has 40% of the fasteners loose. Is that what killed this thing? Man, that would be a shame. Let's just keep going here. Whoa, look at the color. Oh man, it's locked up. That's a first. I don't know if I can get it apart. Let's just try to make it. Oh, okay, we're gonna make a little mess here. Coming out. Well, this part is. That you shouldn't have to do that. Wow. That one is totally locked up. I can't get this one out. Nope, that's all one piece, I think. Yeah, no, that's staying with it. We're gonna give this a bath in a minute, a brake clean bath. Once I refill some brake clean. Let's work on the block for a minute. All right, we're just gonna zip some of these bolts out. Oh, quit yelling. Wow, these things are angry. Now, I'm not sure if I got everything that holds this block together. I think I did. I know I got all the top bolts. I think we're good. I think it's time that I start prying on it. Now, I would like everyone to keep in mind that the normal process of pulling one of these engines apart involves taking plugs out and driving the wrist pins out, because when you split the block halves retain the pistons, the rods hang out on the crank. In this situation, all of the rods are disconnected from the crank, so we're just going to pull it apart this way. I don't know if it's going to work, but it might. Oh, we got some separation going on. Oh, there's a bolt at the back. Now, we continue prying. There we go. We're moving. Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to do that. I just would like to point that out. And the crank is stuck inside this part. Wow. Wow. The amount of heat in the mains. The mains are gone. Oh, wait, no. Oh, man. All right, that's what we're going to do is we're going to... Don't mind all the stuff falling. So, well, it could be the rear main seat, I suppose. That did nothing. You still stuck in there? Wow. That is absolutely destroyed. I don't know if I can get this. That's not supposed to happen. Oh, there's all kinds of good stuff in here. Piston parts. Let's see if we can knock some of this out of here. Well, this is kind of what we're looking at. That rod is the one that protruded the top of the block. We're going to have to knock that back down. I don't even know if we can do that. It also looks like that wrist pin has been compromised. We'll find out. There's so much damage. That one will get out. On the other side, that rod is wedged. Destroyed the area between the block or the cylinders. That's a broken rod. I think we'll get that one out too. This is very impressive. Total deletion completion. Okay. Is it moving? Yes. Well, that's most of the way there. Ooh, we got some more goodies in here. Now this one, on the other hand, this is going to be quite the feat. Oh, maybe not. I think we can get this. Is it moving yet? Oh, it's doing something. I think we're moving. Oh, I should have used the brass drift. I might mess up the rod. I can probably just get it out from there. Or not. Nope. Not. That's cool. That's cool. It's a nice desk piece. All right. We still have the other block half to get the pistons-ish out. All right. So this one has a... It's kind of wedged in there. Let's see if we can just tap it out real quick. getting somewhere. This is almost unrecognizable. Will you get out of there? Come on. It's very stubborn. Oh. Wow, I think that's the best shaped one. It's got a hole in it. I can't believe how bad this is. This is mind-boggling. There's chunks of stuff coming out. The condition of everything. Was this in Chernobyl? I don't even know how to organize this. Just look at this block. Anything that oil touches in this engine is destroyed. Absolutely annihilated. There's so many impact marks. It's just wreckage now. The other block half, it's like molten. I'm in shock. And look at the heat in this crankshaft. Note, there's not really a lot of bearings left. There's one here. Let's see if we can get this one off. Take a look. Oh, yeah. That's medium well. You should never cook your bearings that way. There's a bearing still on there. It's the other main bearing. I can't tell if it's spun or not, but that's a good journal right there. Another main still on there. I guess those are all welded together. And then look at the coloration here. That was hot. It was a hot hammer. That's what this crank was. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then this is the set of rods and pistons. Nothing survived. Nothing. Holes in everything. That's the best one, believe it or not. Or maybe this one is. Yeah, okay, that one's probably the best one. Look at that rod. It wasn't ready. That's not what I meant by that. It's just... This thing must have been lava inside. What is that stuff? That's part of a bearing? I just noticed that piston is cracked. No way. Then look at the coloration of the rod caps and the rest of the rods. It's just... It's gone. I think the wrist pins are good still. You know, they're still good. They're still ready to go in. Another engine. I did say I was going to pull one of these heads apart. I'm going to pull it a little apart and pull the valve train out. There's the broken rocker arm. The cam does not appear to spin. That is just amazing. This is the head that's... Yeah, it would be nice to see what the cam journals look like. I tell you what, I'll get this apart tomorrow and I'll post an update sometime in the community tab and let you guys know how those journals looked. I have never seen blued oil pump gears. What kind of temperature does it take to get these to turn this color? Even the cover of the oil pump is discolored from heat. Yeah, I don't really know how you do this. If you are responsible for this, if you're the responsible party for this type of damage on this exact engine, I want to shake your hand, but I also... Excuse me. I also don't understand, even if you tried to do that, was this a Forester that was towing a U-Haul truck downhill in first gear at 90 miles an hour? I didn't think Foresters rev to 20,000 RPM, and that was some serious heat in that bottom end. I don't know if it lost oil pressure or maybe the screws came out as a result of the heat. I'm at a loss. I'm at a total loss. This engine was totally deleted. It destroyed everything. I'm going to sell no parts, maybe the intake manifold. That might be it, which is fine. I didn't pay anything for it. Pete at PMP Auto Specialties provided this core free of charge for your entertainment and mine, because this is a head scratcher. I can't believe this happened. I don't even know how. All right, I'm going to stop. Let me know your theories on how this happened, because I can see 1 or 2 rods being destroyed. We've seen that many times. Even with the Kia engine, 5 out of 6. The Honda V6, 5 out of 6. This is 4 out of 4, 100%, A+. That engine is done completely. It's a grand slam. I don't care what you want to call it. Wow. I would love to hear some theories on how this happens. I've torn down a lot of engines in my life. I don't think I'll ever see this again. That was amazing. Thank you, Pete. You all owe Pete a big thank you for this video, because without Pete, I wouldn't have this level of Subaru carnage. In fact, I sent him a text halfway through this teardown, and he said in all of his years working on Subaru, and he's done hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of these cars, he's never seen one this bad. This might be the worst he's ever seen. I really hope you enjoyed this teardown. If you'd like to buy any parts out of this engine for your desk, because that's all it's good for, or if you want to buy any parts out of this Jeep that someone painted pink, it's an 05 manual, 6-speed, 4-liter. I'm going to leave our email in the video description. You can also go to Importapart.com and peruse our inventory. If you don't see what you're looking for, you can fill out our part request form. If you're looking for Subaru parts, you can go to PMP's website, which I'll also leave a link in the video description. And as always, I love all the comments, all the feedback, and even the criticism. I love it all, and I'll catch you on the next one.